Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working on my family tree to see where I come from and stuff.
But I already know where you come from.
How can you know where I come from?
I did an Ancestry DNA test for you.
But you need spit for that.
Yeah, and?
When did you get my spit?
Well, when you sleep, you drool. So I got some spit and I sent it in. And now I have your results.
Oh, cool. Wait, what?
Hi everyone, welcome back to Toward a Better Us.
Today we have something a little different planned.
I got an Ancestry DNA test.
I already did one last year. So we figured that since we travel so much, we might as well know where we actually come from.
Here we go through this very scientific and non-gross process.
Fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line.
Okay, so for those of you sensitive, might want to look away for just a little bit. Well, now that that's done, which was really fun by the way, let's get this thing sent off. The seal, and off it goes. And now we wait. Is it back yet? Is it back yet?
No.
Wanna get some lunch? Yeah. Alright, we'll be right back. So the results are in. And Auréli's had her for 2 years already. And now we're ready to share the world.
So, most of the world is mine though. I'm French, but I come from an island that is right about here.
And I'm from Romania. But I was really hoping to have some big surprises when I do my Ancestry DNA test. But no. I'm as Eastern as European as you can get, with 84% of it right in this little space, with Slovakia, Hungary, and Romania. So I'll let her be a little more interesting and diverse than I am.
Okay, so first of all, I wanted to talk about the fact that 2 years ago, when I did this test, the results were not as precise. So it was more focused by regions. So for example, Europe West, Great Britain, Asia South, Africa, like East Africa or West Africa. It was not as precise.
So what are you trying to say?
But now it's been updated. So my results are, I guess, clearer. I hope.
You're not going to ruin it for me, right? Something I've been believing for 2 years?
A little bit, because I had around 50% of Europe. And that was separated between Europe West, Europe South, and Great Britain. And the biggest part was actually...
Wait, Britain?
Yes.
You're French and you have British.
Yes, exactly. Which is explained by the fact that I also have a big part of Indian ancestry. So, well, they came from there. So it explains a few things. But with the update, I now have 33% of France.
No.
What?
No. The results before said you were like 0% French.
I had 4% of Europe West. 4%.
I was giving your dad such a hard time with that information. He just took it all away.
I'm very surprised myself. Yeah, and Great Britain used to be around 21%, and now it's only at 8%.
That's a big change.
That's a very big change. I'm not sure how to take it, honestly.
Well, you were never that fond of the Brits anyway, so you're probably a little relieved. Okay, I guess I'll jump in a little bit and name my Greek ancestry, apparently.
What's your percentage for Greece, though?
Oh, let's check. 14%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually didn't expect something that high.
I only have 1%.
Oh, well, you don't like Greek food as much as I do, so obviously that's how you explain that.
Of course.
But you do love Indian food a lot more than me.
Yeah, that
So,
explains
of course,
it too.
It obviously goes by what you like to eat. Don't let them fool you with the spit thing. It's just a joke. So where else are you from? I mean, you have the curly hair. And you are close to Madagascar, close to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You must be Russian.
Of course. So I used to have around 20% of African ancestry, but well, it was not very clear.
What is it now?
Now it's actually two countries that are actually at 12%, which are Cameroon and Congo.
So you still get in the 20%.
Yeah, so I stay around. Okay, so it's still the same.
Yeah, 19, 20, yeah. But we do have something else in common besides Greece, and that's Sardinia.
That is very random.
You have just 2%, and I have 1%, which does explain our love of pizza and Italy.
Yes.
Although I think we love it more than the percentage they're saying. Again, see, glitches. Probably didn't eat enough pizza that day.
It's very interesting though, because Sardinia is right under Corsica, and I actually have ancestors that come from there, so it's kind of interesting.
So you actually have some proof.
Yes, but 2%?
Hey, better than nothing.
Mm.
And I also have 1% of, where is it? Turkey.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been there a lot as a kid with my family. Been meaning to go back.
We've never been there together. We should go.
And now we can go and eat the food there too, so we can explain that ancestry. As you can tell, we do love food. A lot.
I also have 1% of Melanesia, which is actually Australia.
So you have Africa, Europe, what else? Asia, and there was one, and Australia.
Yes.
You got 4 out of the 7 continents?
Yes,
I'm just stuck in this little area.
Yes, can you see?
Now we have plenty of reasons to go back to Eastern Europe.
And to explore more of this part.
Which is, Asia is coming up in 2 years, 2020. Look for that.
So we hope you enjoyed this journey as much as we did. That was very fun for us.
And we learned a lot about ourselves and about our heritage. And we can't wait to explore all of these places. And as usual, hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. Bye!